So this video that they put this PSA, this public service announcement, it's critical. It's important. It's amazing. Why? Because now what we're hearing, the words and stories and the impact from the people on the front lines during this pandemic, right? So that's good. I'm glad that they're doing something like that so we can relate to them and appreciate what they do so much more. So stay tuned because you know what? This is very important. What they're doing here is something that needs to be done, right? It needs to be done. So you know what? Stay watching and enjoy this video. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. You already know what it is, what it do. It's your boy Sweet. So we're back with another episode of the Crayon Rocket podcast. So, of course, we got to start jumping into it, right? We got to start jumping into these videos, these reactions, this commentary, right? We got to start jumping into this commentary, just seeing what kind of topics we're going to be talking about today, right? Because, bro, things been getting crazy at times. So, I hope that y'all had a great week. I hope that everything that you've been doing this week has been productive, right? I missed 2 days of the reactions because I did not get to I did not record the reactions last week. So I do apologize for that. I'm trying to stay consistent. I'm trying to have everything so very cohesive and just kind of put together, right? So, first topic we're going to be talking about PSA, public service announcement. Campaign shares stories of New Mexico nurses on the front lines of the pandemic, right? So throughout everything that's going on, all the people that are all around, right? Everything that's going on with this pandemic, the ones in the front line, the ones that are doing the thing, that are doing the most, that are right there head first, are the nurses and doctors and every one of them, right? So, of course, we got to get into that PSA to highlight them, right? So, and to see where they're coming from. So, we're going to jump into that. There you go.
A sigh of relief as COVID case numbers level off and hospitalizations drop. But New Mexico nurses are not. News 13's Brittany Bate reports on the new PSA campaign.
Jess, it is called The Drive Home, and nurses from around New Mexico are really decompressing and reflecting on what they saw and experienced in the COVID-19 unit during a single 12-hour shift.
I had a patient who just was in stage organ failure, and they ended up passing, and they were in their 20s, and you know, they had a child, and the mom is there at bedside and she's crying, and the daughter was on the phone and she was young, like 5 or 7, and she's saying, "Bye, mommy," and you know, stuff like that. I think it really affects me, and sometimes I have to take a moment.
Nurses working in Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and Taos all say that most days are hard. They are the ones sitting with people who are passing away since families cannot be there. A nurse from Taos says she has had to accept that most of her COVID patients at her hospital are not going to make it. The New Mexico Hospital Workers Union put out these PSA videos now to encourage New Mexicans to wear a mask, get a vaccine, and remind people that the fight is not over. Even with that vaccine making its way to the general public, these nurses say the virus still needs to be taken seriously, while giving us a first-hand account of what COVID patients are facing in their hospitals.
We have ventilated ICU patients, 2 in one room. They opened another floor. They doubled up a lot of the rooms. We have a patient in a closet. None of us want to see anybody dying from this.
The nurses say they don't want anybody else going through the emotional pain they have been dealing with since March, but they want people to know what this past year has been like for them. Jess, back to you.
Tough stories. Thank you, Brittany. We will hear from more nurses who took part in this PSA campaign coming up tonight on News 13 at 10.
Right, so that's good, right? Because a lot of people, we ain't really looking at it like that. We ain't really even giving like a second thought to any of this. So we're just like, oh, okay, it's whatever, right? It's, okay, cool, whatever, we don't even pay a second thought to it. It's just whatever. So I'm glad that they're doing this PSA just to kind of put it out there, right? We need to pay attention to it. It's really important, but yet we're over here thinking, it's not really that important. We just ain't even taking it seriously. All these different like scenarios, right? And we're just like, it's whatever. But this is good. Put it out there. Let people see what's really going on, because if we don't, then what are we doing? Because like we ain't paying attention, we ain't taking it serious. Like I said, it does not matter what I think of the virus or whatever. I still take it seriously, right? Whether if I believe in it or not, I take it seriously, right? Because I care about the person next to me. I care about the people at my work. I care about the kids that are at these centers that I work at, right? So of course I got to take it seriously. Of course I got to see it from that vantage point. I got to see it from that viewpoint, right? I cannot take it for granted. I cannot be like, it's whatever, right? It's not that important. In all reality, it is important, right? If someone else's life needs to be important. Someone else's life needs to be priority, right? And if you're not taking it serious, you're just like, it's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. Then you are doing yourself a disservice. You're doing your community a disservice. Your peers, anyone, the strangers that walk around you, you are not contributing and caring about society. I'm just going to say it straight up like that. You are just not caring about society, right? Because you are being selfish. Your whole demeanor, everything about you is all about you. It is not about these other people that are dealing with this or anything. It's just like, it's just about me. It's whatever, right? But no, like that should not be the case. That should not be where our mindset is at. That should not be what we represent, what we do, what we're standing for, right? We need to take things seriously, right? This whole pandemic has crushed the whole world, right? Yeah, there's more people at home. Yes, there's homeschool, all these different things, right? Thank God that we have technology that we can still produce and do what we need to get done. But don't you understand that it crushed a lot of people? Mentally, physically, all these different things, right? And if you cannot take it seriously, then what are you doing, fam? What are you doing? Because you are doing yourself a disservice. I mean that you're doing yourself a disservice, and I'm just not about it, right? I take it seriously. I wish that everyone else could take it